Really don't mind if you sit this one out. My words but a whisper, your deafness a shout. I may make you feel, but I can't make you think. Your sperm's in the gutter, your love's in the sink. So you ride yourselves over the fields, and you make all your animal deals, and your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick.
Good boy. Hi. Hi, bro. You a treat? Yeah. Oh, how about a sit? Give me a sit. Oh, good boy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Happy Record Store Day 2020, everyone. Not quite. All right, spoiler alert. I'm going to tell some stories today, and if you can't handle a grown man blubbering, this is not for you. I know myself fairly well, and yeah, this one might get to me here and there. So we'll see what we can do. Hi, buddy. How are you doing? How's that? Yeah, a little treating. He's doing good. I had a plan this year. All the best laid plans, and I was gonna do a 4-song vinyl EP this spring, right? Spring. I was going to try to time it for Record Store Day today. I was hoping to sort of like, get some hoopla around the gig at Fitzgerald Sidebar next Thursday. Whoops. So life got in the way, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I got the XRT flashback on the deck playing out there, and it's Richard Milne talking about 1975 and how those records, hit him like a hammer, and had some reminiscing about, growing up, and then his son growing up, who's now a young adult, and boy, oh boy, just time flies. And how great is Richard? He's been such a awesome supporter of local music in Chicago, right? Just big helper. Yeah, way to go, Richard. Man, thank you. Yeah. I'm thinking about record stores. I was thinking particularly about Laurie's Planet of Sound, where Dolly Varden has played a couple of the past record store days. I miss that. I miss that a lot. And they put the call out a couple weeks ago for some help. And if you can throw them a couple bucks and buy yourself a gift certificate for when they open back up, every little bit helps, man. Yeah. Got to pay it forward, right? Yeah, let's do that stuff. I had another cool joint right down the street from the old apartment across from Cody's, right? It was on Paulina, Lincoln and Paulina, right? I can't remember the name of the store. Guy was really cool. I remember putting my record on consignment there, and he would have in stores and stuff there. Yeah, that was a cool little shop. Oh, and that made me think of when Chris and I started dating, long distance, Chicago to Grand Rapids. I would get on the train in Chicago on Friday night. Oh man, that thing took forever. It would stop, and the freight trains had the right of way, so it took like 40 minutes to get out of Union Station and down the Dan Ryan and through through all those shipping yards and all the stuff through Indiana. It was unreal. I mean, it's a cool time to think and look out the window and reflect, but oh, that's a good boy. That's a good sit. Yeah, but then when that train would pull into Grand Rapids, I would always sit on the right side, and there was a record store right across the road. It turns out it's this place called the Corner Record Shop. We got some really cool shops here in West Michigan. Vertigo downtown is kind of home base here, and Herm Baker. Man, this guy's been doing it for decades. Yeah. So that was kind of take the train in, and Chris would pick me up, and the thing would always be late, be almost midnight. But it probably planted a seed of okay, I could live here, So that was cool. Yeah. Valhalla, right? We miss Val. Oh, how great was she? I put my CD on consignment with her. She actually paid me when she sold a couple 2-3 copies. And she took the time to stop and talk to you. It's if she saw you got reviewed in the Entertainer or something, or you told her who you were, and she'd just listen and encourage you, and just like a mama bear. Oh, so wonderful. Fantastic. Miss her a lot. Yeah. And then before, I don't know. I moved up to the north side in the early 90s, and if you remember when that Whole Foods opened up, or maybe it was before the Whole Foods, I think it's a Target now. Across the street from there in Ashland was a Rose Records, right? When they started kind of gentrifying the neighborhood and putting retail storefronts up on that little strip there. I would go in there, and here's what I would do. Do you remember when they would sell oldies 45s for 99 cents, right? So we're doing these hoot nights at Shuba's. So it'd be a theme, and Dolly Varden would pick a couple 2-3 songs to play, and it would be some oldie but goodie. And if none of us had it, I would walk a couple blocks to Rose Records and buy the thing for 99 cents, right? Well, this one was actually pre. Well, no, I mean this was around Hoot Night, but this was for we were playing with Michael Hall. The Rostenkowskis were backing up Michael Hall, right? So he had us learn that one. We did this just bizarre reboot of that song. I can't even explain it, man. I don't even know if we have a recording of that anywhere. Okay, but then we had one night it was, what was the theme? Let me think of this. All right. It might have been oceans or nautical or something. I don't know, but we did this one. So it's rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. So I love this, right? Gold Standard series. What's on the flip side? All going down together. All of us, we're going down together. No, we're going up. Come on. Let's lift those life rafts, and we're going to have to keep patching them and inflating them, but we're going to get through this, right? Okay. And then, this one's great. This is great. What was the theme for this one? I don't even remember, but we played Philadelphia Freedom. Oh, it was so fun. I got a tape of it. More blackmail coming your way. Well, look at this. All the great oldies are on collectibles. Original songs by the original artist. Oh, Lord. Well, I would go to that Rose Records and just kind of, do the aisles and stuff. And one day I'm in there, and who's in there and like going through the stacks? Jeff Tweedy and Jay Bennett. And Wilco was starting to take off, and I didn't want to, you don't want to bug these guys. I mean, I don't know that I met them, or, you might bump into somebody at Lounge Acts or something, but like I wasn't friends with these guys. I wasn't in any circle that, sort of I was familiar with them, so you just kind of let them be, they're getting their stuff and, filling out their collections, looking for something new, or doing what we all do is like look for our own record in the stack, right? like you search your own name on the internet. What comes up? Who's got my data? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And then that got me thinking about a couple years ago, a fella contacted me. He had been talking to Steve, and Steve gave him my email, and he said he was working on a documentary about Jay. And I can't remember if I wrote him back and like politely declined, or if I just never responded. I can't remember. I either wasn't ready to talk about it, or I had nothing to offer. I didn't, I wasn't even ready to pick up the phone and see like who this guy was, why he was doing it. I don't know. I haven't even followed or tracked whether that ever came out or anything. I haven't even watched that movie with Jay and Jeff, and it's just, some of that stuff is just too, some of that stuff you don't need to know, like it's too, you recognize yourself in other people and situations and relationships, and so yeah. I only have a couple of, hold please. Hey, it's me. Seriously. I only have a handful of photos from when my brother and I made that record with Jay at his Pie Holden studio in Chicago. My brother shot a little bit of video footage, and that's fine for me, like we were too busy making the record. I didn't worry about like documenting everything, and I don't know. What you see on the screen is just a sliver of people, and it's so remarkably different when you meet them in person or backstage, or I'm sorry, I'm being very confusing here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try to get away from this by saying, if you encounter any musician, like, let's say, and I was thinking about this yesterday when I was talking about the guys in Frisbee when we were at Space in January. If you bump into like your friend who's in a band and like we're scatterbrained or like nervous or feel like we're standoffish, it's like people are trying to get their head together, and we have stage fright and we're nerve wracked, and when can I steal 5 minutes to get a bite to eat and all that stuff, it's so crazy. And then you see something and you judge people, and man, it messes with your head. It really does. I don't know. So I think I'm here trying to tell you some stories, and trying to unravel a few of my own. So, appreciate you listening. I think this is a good time to listen to each other and just like bear witness, right? We're losing so many people, and we're losing stories and wisdom and institutional knowledge, and it hurts. Another thing Jay told me was we cut a song called Terry, and I started blubbering at the end. And he told me to use that version. I couldn't use it. I was like, it was too naked. He's like, no, man, you should use that. So, I don't know. I haven't listened to it since then. So, I don't know. Look forward as opposed to looking back. Our president told us a few years ago. I don't believe that. It was, it made us feel good at the time, but we didn't atone for anything. We just put a bunch of duct tape on shit and just try to move past it. And here we are. Be well, everybody. Okay, I think we're back. I think I got my shit together. I don't have my shit together. Woo! All right, I thought I was gonna play this song for you today that I recorded with Jay called Over My Shoulder. Hang on, hold please. I'm gonna get a guitar pick because this one kind of needs a guitar pick. Here we go. All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank my friends Adam and Janet for this t-shirt. Made in Soho. They moved to New York City for a couple, 2-3 years, and I never went out to visit them. I'm really kind of missing that I didn't. But they gave me this awesome t-shirt, and I wear it every week. Not just every record store day. A lot of mileage in this thing. All right. I want to play you this song that I recorded with Jay, and if any of you ever met Jay, I don't know if you recall this, he would do this thing where Jay had, you remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about Bill Withers and Grandma's hands, right? Jay had really small hands, so, don't judge a creep by the cover. So Jay would, if you asked him or you got to talking about like guitars and stuff, I remember I was, when did this happen? I think Dolly Varden was on tour with Jay and Ed in, I'm going to say like 2002, something like that. And he was playing one night and I said, well, no, I don't know. We were just talking guitar or something. And he said, No, I said, how do you play all that lickety split like country stuff? Like you just like that stuff on like there's something on the second Wilco record where he just goes to town. And I was like, how did you do that? And he's like, and he didn't even tell me. He just like, I don't know. And then suddenly he's like, I got really small hands. I don't know how this came up. And then he held his hand up. And then I held my hand up. And his hand was really small. It fit right into my hand. I remember this like yesterday, you know? It's like, how did this guy play the guitar like that and pound the keyboards and move those faders and twist those knobs? Oh my Lord. You know, it was all there. Oh, and then he paid me the highest no. Okay. Maybe I'm patting myself on the shoulder here. We tracked this song. I had to go back and listen to it. I actually pulled up the individual tracks because I haven't played this song but a couple, 2-3 times since I recorded it. I played it once. I think I played it once with the band. I might have played it once solo, and then I just okay, done, back burner, right? Move on to new material, and then either we were done tracking it or we were mixing it. No, we did rough mixes, and he said, "How did you do that thing?" No, maybe I was doing like the guitar solo. Oh my Lord. He handed me a Les Paul that he owned that he said when he was cutting tracks with Tommy Keene down in Champaign, this was like the Tommy Keene guitar. And so I cut some solos on that thing. Oh, it was just like butter. It was butter. And he said, how do you do that thing? I said, I don't know. Like, if I think about it too hard, I can't do it. Remember, like the Buddy Holly and the Johnny Cash songs, I can't do it. I've been able to do this for 15 years, so I pulled the tracks up, and I'm going to get this wrong, but here's the idea. So it's just like, I'm always thinking like Steve Cropper, get inside the chord. Don't just play the chord. I don't know. I like those sort of like, what do you call them? I don't know what do you call them. I like two-note chords where like you can't tell if it's major or minor, right? That's what I'm going after here. So at the end of the guitar solo, it does this thing like it does this thing like Friday where it breaks down. And in my head I'm like, shoot the thrill, AC/DC, right? So you go like this, and you just go like that. It's just a linear ramp up. And I don't know. It's just like, it's so easy, but it's so hard to get it right. Frisbee got it right in Lather, okay? You know, you I don't know, it's like 16 bars. You gotta like you can't even count it. You just have to feel it. You have to know like where it goes from here to there. And so I do this thing. Okay, so it's like we're coming out of the solo. We're all rock star, right? And then you got to like slam the brakes on and bring it down. And then here we are. But then I want to slam the brakes on, and then I want to like. It's fucking David Lee Roth in Panama, right? You just ease the seat back, and you want to go flying down the highway. So this was the idea. Let me see if I can get. I don't know if I'm going to get this right. So it's like, all right, so. That's the first time I've played it correctly since I don't know when. Jay says to me, it's like, how did you do that? I said, it was just like, I was just like, how do I heard it in my head, and then like, it was muscle memory. Like, I want to bounce I want to bounce this riff off of the frets, right? So it's like. It's like ba-da-da, bow, now, ba-da-da, bow. It's like when you, I'm such a nerd. You watch these like drummer videos with all these all these fantastic cats that would show you all the rudiments and licks and stuff. I'm like a frustrated drummer, right? My brother played drums. You know, half the time I was like, God, just give me the sticks and I'll play it the way I hear it in my head. I can't play the drums, so it's like, oh, you're gonna hear about this next week. So the idea was like bounce it off the frets, right? So. When you skip strings, then I lose my place. So it's like, it's just math. You're just counting numbers, right? You're just moving like one. It's either by ones or twos pretty much for rock and roll. So, well, that was 5, 4, I don't know. And all that was an excuse to get to the AC/DC Shoot to Thrill part. Which is this, which is Fountains of Wayne. It's all the same thing. It's all one big song, right? It's like. And what is that? We all stole it from like 38 Special, right? I see you, Jim Peterick. Oh, I got a good Jim Peterick story. Just you wait. I can't get through this song right now. So, you know, that's about all I can remember and reflect on today. So let's call it good there. And it's beautiful outside. I hope it's warm and sunny where you are. And thank you for bearing witness. Seriously. Be well.